Rightio, here we go.
Happy days. Excellent. Thank you for that. Look, yeah, thank you to TBV and Charmaine Julian for giving us this opportunity to have a bit of a quick chat for you today. I understand that insurance isn't the most sexiest subject to be talking about on a 5 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, so I'll make it pretty short, sharp, and simple for you. Look, all I'm going to do is just go through quickly who we are, Shorewise are. Obviously, from the first slide there, we've been a business partner with Thoroughbred Breeders Victoria since 2008, formerly known as Newmarket Insurance Brokers. And then in a little symbol up the top is the Newmarket Gold Insurance, is basically just information which we provide for equine insurances, our equine division. The second slide there, I think Charmaine's got up now, is just the specialising in the equine bloodstock insurance. Look, just go back one, Charmaine, that's it, yep. So yeah, the mainly 4 products, and look, I'll touch on the first 2 today because they've been a little bit topical in the last couple of weeks, particularly regarding some incidents which have happened in the thoroughbred industry. But one's our Newmarket Gold liability insurances, our professional transport operators for the thoroughbred industry, stud farm property insurances, which is your bricks and mortar, and then your sorry about that, just moved one, go back, yep, thoroughbred mortality insurance. So the 2 I want to touch base on is basically the Newmarket Gold insurances and the professional transport operators insurances for you. Now, if you go to slide 3, basically the Newmarket Gold policy is delivered as a tailored insurance product and risk management solutions for the equine and bloodstock industries. As it says, there's a unique and bespoke product which is provided to the industry. It was first delivered back in 2008, which mentioned by the vision of Peter Lewis. This gave us the ability to provide a product to the actual equine and thoroughbred industries. If we can move on to, I think, number 3, I think, Charmaine, where are we up to? Yep. So next one after that. There we go. So I'll just point on in regards to a couple of topics there on that one. So the general slides. So our product, we have probably a footprint across Australia of the about 163 thoroughbred farms and stud farms, adjustment properties, pre-training facilities, which provide this insurance for. As it shows on there, it's bespoke products at $20 million public and products liability, $1 million financial loss, errors and emissions cover, some care custody control cover. Obviously in a stud farm, that's in relating to the third-party horses, which is in your care custody control. The policy is catered, it's not one size fits all. As you can see, we can do anything from $250,000 any one horse up to $2 million any one horse, any one incident. And the bottom one, which I'll touch on, is the transportation extension, which has been a hot topic because there's been a few incidents both in the Hunter Valley over in WA and then also in Victoria last year regarding horses being transported around the country in the back of a truck, been involved in incidents. So we can move on to number 5. There we go. The claims examples on that. Look, what I'm going to touch on here is just a couple of claims examples which we've actually had and the actual exposures involved in the horse industry. Obviously, some of these policies and incidents which have occurred, the main thing is the policy provides the legal protection for which you're liable to pay damage to property in your care custody control and bodily injury to third parties. Just touching on some claims examples, the escape of horses due to negligence in your handling. Claims we've had there is with horses have been got away prior to going to the stud sales and so forth. A client of a stud farm may sue you in regards to damage to the horse. And the main point of that is that we will manage the claim and also the actual defence costs in regards to that claim. Pasture contamination, we've had on some claims, or one particular claim, there's been a pasture contamination to third-party horses on your property, which resulted in some illness and deaths on those horses. The third one is injury to horses, unsafe fences and gates and stables where a horse can get out onto the road. Hit of school bus, hopefully not, but also it covers the policy, provides the defence costs. And if you're found legally liable, the cost of those horses which are damaged due to that incident. The fourth one is the motor vehicle accident. Now, this is the one I do want to make the point of. We had numerous phone calls and conversations with clients throughout Victoria and New South Wales, and this and where their liability holds them in regards to floating a horse, of being a third-party horse. If you're taking that horse to a sale or to a vet hospital or even just a walk-on mare, that horse is in your care, custody, control whilst being transported. The actual Newmarket Gold policy extends to provide cover for that horse being transported to the third-party site and back again. So if you're legally liable for damage to that horse whilst it's in transit, the Newmarket Gold policy provides that cover under the care, custody, control section of the policy. So pretty important stuff considering those incidents which have happened recently. Number 5, I'll just put that one in there. It's not probably just particular to the equine industry, but it's also probably segues into a little bit to the previous we talked about with the OH&S and contractor payments and subcontractors working in property. The claims we've had on that particular one is probably our largest claim. Has been subcontractors coming onto your property, and an example of that would be a farrier or a vet. If they're injured on your property, the actual can be a liability claim under your liability policy. Obviously, they can be covered under their workers' compensation, but their workers' compensation, if you've got contributory negligence in regards to injury to that client, that third party or contractor, it can come back to a liability policy claim. So certainly one of our largest claims we've actually had has been under that subcontractor working on a third party property. So something we can, certainly we can talk about with the clients if they've got concerns, but certainly one of the things we ask is questions in regards to how many contractors and subcontractors do work onto your property. Just the next slide, Charmaine. Look, I'll touch on this as well. This isn't just the farm insurances or the liability insurances, it's more in regards to the professional horse transportation. Due to those incidents which have happened recently, we've had a lot of horse transporters and farms making contact with us in regards to those incidents, and we have found that, look, there has been some inadequate insurance protection on some of the transport operators not having adequate insurance. It is a little bit technical for them. There are 2 types of policies in regards to the type of coverage. It's legal liability cover, which is basically defence costs, but also you can provide an accidental loss or damage cover, which is more expensive cover, but it certainly gives you a full accidental loss or damage cover for those horses in your control. The problem with a legal liability cover, if you're a transport operator and you don't have a cartage note and that cartage note hasn't been activated, basically the insurances are worthless because it relies on that cartage note being completed before the transportation of the horse. So so if anyone wants to call or have a discussion in regards to their insurances and that, happy to provide it. On the next slide, I've just got my contact details for any questions. Certainly phone call and so forth. There's my email. As I said, we do probably about 160 odd farms around Australia on our Newmarket Gold. It does give you the peace of mind in regards to your liability insurances for the farm. It's a bespoke product. It's actually been written for the stud farms, agistment properties and broodmare farms. So yeah, back to you, Charmaine, if any